If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
I've always been a guy that hits a golf ball, goes out and does the charitable thing away from the game, and have had this great afterlife as a person that's helping people. And I think that's what your legacy is.
There's no doubt. And this is something I can talk on because I'm so passionate about. To make a long story short, for all those listeners out there, my son Hunter was born on Valentine's Day, which is my birthday. And he was diagnosed 4 months into his age with a disease called leukodystrophy, Krabbe's disease. And what that is affects the white matter of your brain, and all of his motor skills he had none. The average life is 14 months. He lived to be 8.5 years old. But what we're focusing on right now is universal newborn screening. And for all the listeners out there, whether you're a grandparent, you're a expecting mother, a mother, whatever the case may be, everybody knows that when you have a child, they do the heel prick. They send a little blood spot off to a lab once the child's born. They test for X amount of diseases. Well, when my son Hunter was born, they tested for 11 diseases in the state of New York. Mississippi was tested for 44. Minnesota for 54. Hawaii 44. New York was at 11. Pennsylvania, I just went to Pennsylvania and met with Governor Rendell. I got them to go from 9 to 29 diseases. I got Kansas to go from 7 to 29. Every state is different on the amount of disease they test for. This country's got to wake up and do something. This is something staggering. I want everybody to listen to this. Over 3,000 babies die every single year in this country because they're born in the wrong state. And thousands more become permanently disabled because they're born in the wrong state. And if our government doesn't understand that, something's wrong. And I've already traveled state to state, and I'm going to continue to do it until every single state tests for 54, and I'm going to end on this one. We had a walk about 2 months ago in Buffalo, and I had two families come right up to me personally, a mother and father, 23-year-old. They came up and I said, "We would like you to meet our daughter Samantha." I said, "Hey, how are you? Pleasure to meet you." And they said, "You don't understand, Jim. If it wasn't for you getting this changed, our daughter Samantha wouldn't be here. She'd be dead right now." And I got chills in my body. About 10 minutes later, another family came out to me and said, "Jim, our son is here because of you. He was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis at birth because of the testing program that you had implemented, and we now know what we have to do. We didn't have to go through the big guessing game. What's wrong with our son?" And by the time we would have found out, it had been too late. He would have passed away. And so when you hear stories like that, the letters we've received from so many people, you now understand why that my son and I have been chosen parents in the child, so we can make a difference for thousands of other kids.
Well, I tell you what, they're rushing you out. You got to go. Give me a handshake and wish you luck. And I told some of your teammates I had Bill Zubaz pants. I was pulling.
You remember that? Yeah.
I was an AFC guy, Jim. So I was doing it. Good luck to you, man. Stop by anytime. And don't look. We had good memories here in Tampa from Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's fine. Win or lose doesn't matter at this point. You had a good time. You got a good life.
I got my 5 brothers, my high school football coach, my dad for the 23rd Super Bowl in a row we've been coming to. We're having fun, but I'm going to end on this one and just log on to huntershope.org for all the parents out there that have a child or know somebody. It doesn't matter what state you're in. Log on to our website. Look, because there's a kit that you can buy to get you tested for all 54 diseases. Give these kids a chance in life.
There you go, man. Jim Kelly, good man.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.